Hello, everybody. The astrology report for the next week has been a kind of like a good energies, good things. The energy reminds you about like a while back there was this mellow energy, kind of like you feel tired, but all of a sudden you feel like meditation. Feels very good. It feels very kind of like magical. Welcome back into the retrograde season. It's been a rough month, right? Since January, we didn't have the retrograde planets, and right now the retrograde season begins. Some of you are already aware of that Mercury Pre-Shadow Period begins. As you guys know, you're already gonna feel this energies of Mercury retrograde. Yeah, don't get your hairs up like mine. Okay, forget about this. It was a wet hair, and I can't fix it right now. But it is what it is. You gotta be real, right? So it doesn't matter what the things are. Things are the way they are. So what I'm going to be talking to you today, it's going to be kind of like a very good thing. You going to go to process. Actually, we all going to go through this process. Depends of what you get, what's going on, what the things are. Yesterday we had a very good astrology, kind of like a question is like one, why does a one planet it just stops sometimes, even if it's in direct motion, it just sits there. If you take a look at it, the way the planets are moving into the solar system, it creates this magnetic field that we are living in our system. uh, Sometimes when there is so many planets on the one side, one of the planets it's going to be kind of like staying there when it goes and reaches other side because there is no much pull and push, kind of like it goes on. It's not like one planet moves and it's causing the other to move. Okay. uh, if you know how the gravitation works, the gravitation has its own vibes. Okay, every time you may don't see it, you think that the moon it's going constantly around us. No, the moon it has just moves small and then moves again, moves small and moves again. You feel that vibes of the moon with the waves. Okay, the waves by the sea, the waves by the river. Sometimes you have a feeling like the river goes down the hill, but there is a waves coming up the hill, and you're like, "What's going on?" Well, it's the gravitation. Gravitation is change, and the same thing. The gravitation's changing within you, but also outside of you, with everyone else. So. What is the moment right now that goes on is we're going to experience is like almost like 10 days, which is Pluto, it's gonna be freezed. He's gonna be switching retrograde, but there's gonna be some these times of like frozen in time. Why? Sometimes in our busy life, we don't see the things right. We don't see the things properly. And when we don't see them properly, we're missing something. We miss a moment because we were busy with something else. We were busy with certain situations. And that's why when Pluto and some of the planets, when they comes into this retrograde mode, when they become stationary, we have more time, kind of like a 1 second expands itself so you can be able to break in it in a milliseconds, and what you just missed in that milliseconds, you to review it. And you will see this period coming up. Mercury right now is just goes on, and you can feel this vibes already of going through it. Um, Focus on you, okay? That's the moment of the truth that you missed. That's what this deep transformation is. Pluto creates these transformations with within us and the soul, and it's in Capricorn. It is about the cardinal things we do within life and to heal what is in life. There's going to be some this period from now until October that the truth, are we seeing the truth or believing in the lies? Okay, there's going to be a lot of truths coming out now with the retrograde Mercury and the beginning of the retrograde season. There's going to be some lot of truths said, things that were covered, things that were misunderstood, things that was mispresented, lies, and so on. You kind of like gonna see it, but you also gonna experience like seeing it from within in yourself. That inner work that you will do. Okay, be patient with yourself. Forgive yourself. Let me explain something about this forgiveness. Uh, Hi, Margaret. So I have two screens. So in the one screen I see this, but the other screen is what I'm doing in life. In the chat, and since I can't see it, I have to kind of like a sneak peek to do it. Here's about something about forgiveness. In the forgiveness, okay, when someone does something just for no reason, okay, you can forgive them, right? But when somebody does something intentionally, keeps doing the same thing, now the forgiveness is something else, right? I want you to get this part. The forgiveness, it is from a person who's been hurt. They look for that forgiveness because they were hurt. Somebody hurt them before, so now all they want as a feedback, it's hurting others. That's how the pains get passing from one generations to another, or from parents, kids, or grandparents to parents to kids. It doesn't matter. The thing is you to call it this things inside of you. Okay, that is about it in this forgiveness. Okay, you to forgive the people who hurt you simply because they were hurt by somebody. Okay, not because of anything else. It's because they were hurt by somebody. Maybe they were hurt by a parent who wanted to with somebody else, but he couldn't. He was aggravated, and that anger transferred from the parent to the kids simply because he doesn't feel good in the family anymore. He thinks that the reason that he can't be with that person is the kids or his wife or the husband or whatever the case might be. Okay, so now if you are that kid and you hurting other people, you have to forgive your parents. They don't know what to do. They didn't know what's going on. But you have to also forgive yourself because you didn't forgive your parents that they hurt you or whatever the situation is. Forgiveness is deep down in the roots, goes on. And through those deep transformations now in Capricorn, we're going to go through this period. Okay, we can see this deep wounds in us and forgive. Also, we are going through a process of surrendering. And that surrendering is is that energy right now that you feel peace. You kind of like finally understand that something wasn't what you thought it was, because there was something that was totally different than what the reality. And that's what this week we are going to have, this moments of truth, internal moments of truth in you, not somebody else, not someplace else. Everything begins first from within and 10 goes outside. So, hi, Jenny. All right, so I can begin now with the charts. So, let me go back to today. You already been watching it. Charts. Here, that's what. Let me zoom in because you won't be able to see it very well. The numbers. Okay, this is 28 degrees 38 seconds of Pluto. All right, and this we're talking about as of right now. Um, the moon, it's closing into Venus and Pisces. The confusion, it's getting more clear of what it was. You probably feel this surrendering within your soul, uh, but also there is a confusion. It's like, what happened? What it was? What was these things that caused all this? What was the things that I did? I have to see it back. I have to review. And Venus and the Pisces is that duality from within. Is that the truth or whatever it is? And the moon now, when crossing Venus, is going to be like, yes, heal yourself. You can't heal others, but heal yourself. Heal your feminine side. Be more soft towards yourself. And from there, it's going to be soft towards others. And that feminine part of surrendering, it is like when you say, yeah, it's my fault, it's my thing, talking about this feminine energy, okay? The man also can have a feminine side. They all have a feminine side, but for them, it's more hard to express it, some of the males. We also don't forget that we're having a Mars in there, which is he's going to be more close to this position, the masculine position, also to surrender. You're going to feel those two energies coming up. But especially tomorrow, it's going to be more the feminine side. And I want to pay more attention to the feminine side. That the feminine side, it is sometimes the lack of the masculine part. To do this, it's more harder than in the masculine in itself, because the masculine in itself, he goes to the cave, he thinks, and he's like, duh, that's what it is. I have to go apologize. And he takes the action. Compared to the feminine is suffering silently. And it's like, it was my fault. I may have to do something else. And here is that we're going to experiencing this thing with the moon, with the today and tomorrow, that we are going through this process. Venus is also approaching Neptune. There's going to be some clear visions of this, but also Venus is going to join Jupiter. All right. Let me tell you that the meeting of Jupiter and Venus, this is like a Zeus sees Athena. Okay. This is the both top goddess in the Greek mythology fall in love. But where? In the end of the life cycle for the new beginning. Okay. The cycle of everything that went wrong, now doing review and going out to do the new cycle, because Venus is going to come out of Pisces, and so is Jupiter. Okay, so you're gonna feel those energy, but during those energy, the main transformation will be Pluto. So as you see it right here, we have a Mercury that squaring Saturn. That's gonna kind of like go away because here it's gonna be like, yeah, I gotta prepare for the retrograde. I have to review. Okay, I can't be going in the classroom and review at the same time. It's kind of like confusing, and I got other stuff I need to study. Okay, you will see this change within you, but some of you is gonna feel like I need the last minute to ask the teacher something. I need the last minute to learn something. I need to get to this information before I go to this revaluation. Because if I don't have the information, I won't do the evaluation. And some of you is going to feel this energy and it's going to come up to you. Okay. Hi, Kara. Hi, Sam. Hi, Tiffany. Okay. Tomorrow, that's pretty much is going to be the energy as you see it here. All right. This still 28, 36 degree. We have that square towards the sun. That square is about reevaluating of the material things. So it's the material things today you have them, tomorrow you don't. Okay, today you have the car, something happened, the engine blows up or something goes on, the car is gone. Today you have a job, you make a money, then the job is gone, something happened, boom. There's things happen. You don't have to think about the material things. Okay, you have to be mindful, but not at the moment. The moment it is your internal process. And during this position, you're going to see like this squaring with the sun and Taurus is not all about the money. Some of you are going to feel this intention is like, it's not all about the money. You can always make money, but can you do it life right? Can be happy in life. So the moon is going to be approaching Venus and Neptune. You may feel like meditating. It's like levitating. You might feel like I don't know what it is, but I feel so much in love. I feel so much beautiful. It's like heaven bliss. You will experiencing this. And that is about to remind you that you have a soul, and that soul feels love. You will be reminding into. Okay? That prepares you to really feel the soul love when Venus moves together with Jupiter, and it's like, okay, well, we have to go into the new cycle. As you see it right here, that square with the sun is gone. It's not there. All right. Finally, you understand that, yes, I have to leave and fulfill things in my life. And as you see it, we have this blue lines. The energy is beautiful. The energy is just magnificent. You feel like, what happened with all this crazy energy there was, all that. Oh, it is what it is. It's the gravitation. Okay, we have in the good and we got in the bad. You can't just always gonna be the same things over and over. But we are gonna go experiencing things that goes on. But the question for you, it is right now, is you to see the good in yourself. You to prepare yourself for this retrograde season. Okay, pretty much all the planets are kind of like in a good positions, in a good places, except Mercury's Saturn square. We have this sextiles energy, and That sextile energy is mostly within between the earth and on water. What I'm talking about is, if you pay attention, the trine is here is from Capricorn, which is earth, and Taurus, which is Mercury, that it's also an earth, and Pisces, which is water. Okay, this it is about, don't create these fires in the air energy that you can kind of like boil down everything. No, this it is about to see what are you doing here in this planet. Pisces, that is the spiritual emotions, the deep, deep, deep end of a cycle when you evaluate. Okay, Taurus, that is, I have to build a new life. Okay, Taurus, it is about houses, possessions, money gains, and so on. Capricorn is about professions, cardinal changes that there within the material world. Everything have to be straight in order. Okay, Capricorn at work, it is, everything has its place. Okay, I mean, if you don't know 5S system, ask a Capricorn, they will probably explain it to you for it. So that's what this is going to be on Wednesday. Pretty much the same thing on Thursday, except one thing, which is going to be a very good. But as you see it here, it doesn't have aspects. That is the moon joining Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer. That is the time where the healer inside of you is beginning to work. That wounded parts that you did towards yourself and towards other, you begin to understand about yourself. Why you hurt others? Because pain, somebody hurt you. Why somebody hurt you? Because he was hurt. And you go back in there and you look at your pains, and then you understand that they didn't know what they were doing. They don't. You did not know what you were doing, why you were doing this. Now you know. Now you heal. You heal yourself, and then you heal others with knowing what it is. But you have to heal yourself first. And that's why the moon coming into Aries, joining Chiron, it doesn't have aspects. Why? No connections to others. Is you. You. Okay? The moon, it's the emotion, it's the vibes. She points out the vibes where they have to put your focus on it. Well, the focus is going to be on Chiron. You were damaged because of somebody didn't know what to do. You probably damaged somebody because you didn't know what you were doing, because that was the only thing you knew as a reaction. Now you're gonna have this beautiful revelations in you to heal. All right, use it. To me, if you get a chance, all right, this is going to be on Thursday. Take a day off, completely, just out of the blue. Hey, I got a headaches. Or what, I don't feel good. Go and meditate. Go out somewhere by water. Go somewhere out in the mountains. We're talking about Taurus, Capricorn, and Pisces. Okay, be somewhere within the nature, because that's going to help you. All right, that is going to help you. Yes, the moon and the Chiron and the fire sign, but there is no aspects. The fire from within. Okay, use that. Hey, Sam. Hi, Tiffany. So Friday, The energy is pretty much going to be the same, but this time the moon is going to remind you like, okay, well, focus. I'm squaring Pluto. Okay, everything is good and nice, and everything is beautiful and like in a paradise. But guess what? You're not learning anything. I have to remind you that you're here to learn. And if there is no problems, guess what? You ain't learning. If everything is good and everything is great and everything is perfect, guess what? Are you learning something? No. Are you evolving? No. And that's what the squares and the oppositions, okay, within charts, they explaining to you your lessons. All right. But too many lessons is not good. No lessons is not good either. Okay, because when it's too much lessons, you're like going from one to another, it can't fix nothing. All right. So when you look at the chart of a person, then you can see this. All right. Because when you see the chart of a person, you can determine what the lessons are, and then you're helping the person within life. That's what we do as astrologer, or at least me. Okay. So looking into this energy on Friday, you might be feeling tense, kind of like, yeah, I see this, I did that, but now I'm pissed off. Yeah, you pissed off because you saw the things that what happened, and you're like, why did they did this, and then why did my grandparents did this, and then why my parents did this, and then why I'm supposed to suffer. I will make some video on this, by the way. It's coming up. And healing this lines, it's important to you, okay? Because you don't want to pass this to another generation, because he stops with you. You're the black sheep. I already talked about the black sheep if you watch the video, but seeing it is much more important. And Saturday, we have the moon. It's a new moon, okay? As you see it, there is going to be some this energy of internal peace, okay, but within that energy, okay, there's going to be some also an astronomical events that will happen to it. But take a look within yourself. What it is the things that you need to change, as far as how would your soul create things in the world for better place? How would you do it? What would you do it? Okay, what kind of transformation would you do it? And that is going to be the vibes are coming up, because here it's that the wounded not the wounded warrior, Chiron. I'm talking about Mars. Mars is in sextile with this. There is something deep within the masculine that they have this power of I need to find safe space. I need to make a house for the family. But that comes from where? Because everybody said you're the man, you gotta build a house. No. It comes deep from within. Okay. And the moon is gonna be like, yes, do it right. Do it properly. Do the things. Find a place. Do the things right. And we're having a Mercury, it's crossing over to Gemini. Yep, you are going to begin to feel that within about 11 days from Saturday, Mercury is coming retrograde, but you're going to feel this duality. And on one side is the angel, the other one is the devil, and who are you going to listen to it? Okay, you got to be very careful with this because in Gemini, the Gemini, they have one tendency of taking the things personally, like everything it is about them. Well, if it's not for the one twin, it's for the other. Okay, and we are going to have this process of Mercury retrograde about you to stop doing and take everything personally. All right, there is this Q-tip. All right, that is the brand for cotton swabs that using for medical things or cleaning up your ears, which is not really healthy about that. But anyway, Q-tip it states for quit taking it personally. All right, and that's what this energy you're going to feel that it benefiting you. All right, and Sunday we are going to have the moon joining the North Node. Yeah, you gotta focus on the present of now. We have the South Node. It's in Scorpio. What did you do in this past? And specifically, people who have a Scorpio or something or Taurus or something, that is this of kind of like a materialistic thing, okay? Because the Taurus, they create this material things. It's about personal material things. However, the Scorpio loves to work with the finances of others, material things with others. You may gonna experiencing this part of I have to do this right now on my own because of something that it's on the other side. You're not seeing it here, but the past karma, it's there. The South Node, it's there. But the lesson here will be you to create these evaluations of positions to understand the proper things. Okay. If you have your opinion of something and somebody says the opposite opinion, well, guess what? You don't have a conversations. You have an argument. But when you have talk about the problem and the other person talks about the problem, when you combine the things, it becomes the moment of truth. It begins this truth that needs to be spoken and understood from both. When both sides of the coins understand and accept the truth, they are one coin, then that is the truth. And that's what this is. And the moon is going to be there. It's going to point you out at a certain amount of the time. Depends where you live. So, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm kind of like I'm gonna take some few questions, and let me see the chat right here. Kara, where does Ophiuchus fit in? I have an idea what you're talking about, Kara. To tell the truth, if that's an asteroid, I don't work with them. I don't use them. For me, they're kind of like secondary, or some of the stars. I mean, I study them like some of the stars. They are pointing out to certain things, and they lead to certain situations. But no, Because here's the thing: if you focus on the star, you're missing the moon. And 13th sign of the zodiac according to NASA. I'm not working with that. Astrology has been written, give it a take, since the Sumerians. They don't have a 13 zodiac signs according to NASA. And we are using an ancient knowledge. Some of the new astrologers, some of the new things, they try to pushing on the 13th zodiac sign. Thanks, Sam. That's a good question, but I'll explain in a second. The astrology was written back in there. If you know the history of the astrology, Sumerians, they knew that something it's related to whatever happens in life with the stars. They had this clay about that big, by the way. That's how it is, kind of like a fit in your palm. They had this clays, and they wrote the stars, and with a little wood stick, using like a pen, and within the clay, they were writing on the maps. That is kind of like the first charts ever recorded within the history of the humanity. But back then, they were working only with like 4 or 5 planets. Okay, now we are working with pretty much everything, even though we take in asteroids, but there was no 13th zodiac sign. And I'll tell you why. Because we have a 360 degrees, we have a 365 days. If you look at the ascendant, it moves like a 1 degree and a little bit a day. So if you were adding the 13th zodiac sign, okay, then all this falls off out of the equations of the astrology. Okay, just something else. There is a certain moments when the sun, it doesn't have so much power. It has the moon, and there is a specific people born. We call this spiders. You know, that's where the Spider-Man comes from for it. But those are the people who have a very magical things. They're up to a magic. They're performers and so on. So that's what I will go with this card. Sorry to disappoint you, but I do not accept the 13th zodiac sign at all. I don't even bother with it. How can we manipulate the energy for our advantage? Sam? No, you should not manipulate. The thing it is that manipulation, it's probably the worst thing humanity ever create. Okay, manipulation is the connections into the animal in you. I want these people to be this way. I will lie. I will cheat. I will go around. You can't go around. And especially if you begin to manipulate the energy, that's going to go back to you. You don't want to know. Okay? There is a difference of change. And that's the part of manipulations is. Change, it is the coin. Inspiration is on one side and manipulations in the other. Okay? But when those two kind of like see each other, it's like inspiration says, well, manipulation, you are bad. And the manipulator says, well, yeah, well, you inspire me to do things that I didn't want it. I want to manipulate you. And they begin to argue. But if the inspiration says to the manipulation is like, hey, dude, don't manipulate. Get inspired. Let's work together. We are doing a change. We have a purpose. Boom. The energy acts with the change. So, for example, people can tell you so many things. They can tell you, I love you, without even meaning of I love you. They have some other agenda. That's manipulation. Okay. Inspiration, it is like, well, I love you. We're going to do certain things. We're going to do this, and that. But guess what? If the other person is not inspired, there's nothing happen. There is no this positive part of change. So when you work with the energy, you using the best of the environment to go forward. Why you want to manipulate something? This is like if you have a water and you go and you want to drink that, and then guess what? You go and convert it to put some bunch of chemicals within the water and all this and all that, and now you kind of like manipulating the water. Oh, the water, it's pure, it's clear. You see my point? So when the people begin to manipulate things, we see where we ending up at. We have a toxic environment all over us. I mean, toxic environment, we're talking about in a planet. We are destroying our planet. Toxic environment at work, toxic environment at home, toxic environment within ourselves, just because we're trying to manipulate energy. You need to understand that energy presents itself for the reason to do it. It's written in the stars. And that's what this is. If it's written in the stars, don't go against the stars. Okay? You say hey, Nia, it is what it is. Yes, it is what that is. Yeah, that's my word. I guess, but that's what I meant. How to be more inspired. Inspiration comes from the spirit. Okay, there is quite a few spirits. Okay, there is a spirits in the bottle. Okay, you guys know what I'm talking about. There is a spirits in the heavens. That's the Holy Spirit. But there is a spirit in you. Your spirit drives your soul. Okay, so when you get inspired, okay, that inspiration comes from that energy within your spirit, so the soul can go ahead and do the things that it needs to do. And in order you to get inspired, it has to be internal work, and that comes from the joy. Okay, so for example, if somebody's been hurt, okay, let's say Sam, I'll put you on a spot here in the video. You've been hurt, and since you've been hurt, and you forget the joy within you, you forgot the happiness in you. Now you're staying in this pain and this depression, and everyone who comes to you, you're kind of like, get the hell out of here. I don't want to talk to you. I'm depressed. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to see nobody. You begin to go and you dig in this hole inside of you. Okay, you dig this up, and at some point you reach bottom. Okay, there is no more you can dig up. I mean, you can dig up, you can become bad and ugly. You're gonna start fighting people, you start gonna be drunk, or you start going out going in a different direction. Okay, but you stop at some point, and that moment of stop, you get in touch with that inspiration that you missing your joy, your happiness. Somebody hurt you and you killed your happiness from within. Somebody did something to you, and that happiness is not there. Now, that happiness, it's you get inspired to get your happiness back. And that inspiration, it presents with the energy. It's coming from the energy to get you back up, to put you back in a track of your life, because your purpose here is you to be happy, you to live happy ever after. Don't forget this. But guess what? We focus ourselves of the other things. And that's what this is. Okay? So, a BMW is better than the Hyundai. Let me tell you about cars. Okay? One thing about cars. They're just a junk of metal that sooner or later it's going to go for a cycle. Just because you're having a big car or a show-off car, doesn't matter. That's pain. All right, guys. Well, if you have so many questions more, thank you so much for being here. If there is no more questions, I'll go ahead and close. You guys are going around with the cars. Okay, Sam, you guys can have a fun with the chat. I'll go ahead and get some giving you a hi here. So having a little fun. If you guys have no questions. Oh, I guess I don't want to smoke. I have no lighter right now. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching the report. I will do some more live videos. I think I learned how to give you heads up when I'm going to be live online. So thank you so much for watching the video. Go do your reviews. Go take time for yourself and be loved.